Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about another characteristic, or basically a trait, that people that typically fall susceptible to narcissistic abuse have in common, usually across the board. I haven't met one yet that didn't fall into this pitfall, basically. And what is it? It's the inability, I won't even say the inability, is the lack of stepping outside of their own feelings and emotions and perceptions, their own morals and characteristics. You know, viewing the world from your own perceptions as far as your own characteristic, your own morals, that will continuously put you in a position to be blindsided when someone else comes from a different angle. Now, the way that I like to view life is I hope for the best. I will hope for the best and think positively, but I will consider as many other angles as I can, including the worst case scenario. But a lot of times, the person that has fallen for narcissistic abuse, they want to give people the benefit of the doubt, so they're not even really considering the worst case scenario. And even if it crosses their mind, they're not giving it a certain kind of weight. Because yet again, we're putting something past someone. We don't want to believe that they would do it, but we have to always at least consider it so that we're not blindsided. Okay? Because everyone, as it's become extremely apparent, I'm sure by now, especially to the survivors out there, everyone doesn't have the same moral compass. Everyone doesn't have the same character. Everyone doesn't honor the same thing. Some people have absolutely no honor at all, no honesty at all, no respect at all, no dignity at all. And the big one, everyone does not have empathy and sympathy in this world. There are people walking around completely void of that. So no, they aren't going to see the world the way that you do. They aren't going to react to situations the way that you would. So moving forward, when we're meeting people and we're interacting and socializing in this life, we have to consider things from many angles. It's not being negative. It's not accusing anyone of anything, but it's just having an open mind. You know, it's our critical thinking. And it's also to protect ourselves. It's also using and being strong in the realm of our emotions. Okay? So we have to be able to consider things, guys. And then you won't always be saying, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't have done what they did. Well, you're not them. We're not them, and they're not us. And I'll never be them, but my mind is open now. It's open to the point where I can see angles. And I've always seen angles. I think a lot of times there's a denial. You know, we don't want to see them, but we see it sometimes. You know, because we're wearing the rosy colored glasses. And once we acknowledge it, we'll have to acknowledge a bunch of other things that may tug at whatever crumbs of comfort we want it to hold on to in that relationship. You know, that happens as well. But a lot of times, the survivors of narcissistic abuse, they get blindsided. Completely blindsided by this person. They're meeting someone, they're taking them completely at face value. They're eating it all up. And, you know, there's a lot of psychological reasons for this. You know, because most of the people that are eating up the love bomb phase with the narcissist have come from desert situations. And what do I mean by these desert situations? Perhaps they grew up in, or they were in a cycle of situations where they felt isolated, where they felt unloved, where they felt unwelcomed and, you know, unembraced, and missing affection and intimacy, and then this narcissist come and they're love bombing you and just throwing it all, everything that you've been wanting and longing for, and now you don't feel lonely anymore. You think you've got this soulmate and this partner, and they're telling you everything you want to hear, which is a red flag, or at least something that should get your attention moving forward. And they're moving from 0 to 100, like they just fell in love at first sight, and you could do no wrong, and everything you like, they like. These are all red flags for us moving forward, because we know that the narcissist likes to mirror us. But the whole point of this video, guys, is just to talk about how we have to learn how to step outside of ourselves and view the world with an open mind. We don't want to be babies emotionally like the narcissist. Not like them, but like them in a sense of we have to develop ours as well in another sense. Okay? Because we're both letting our emotions run us in a certain sense. Ours is running off of empathy, and theirs just running off of a lack of it. Okay? So open your mind, guys. And, does it mean that you have to be this pessimistic person? Absolutely not. The world is not only full of negative, bad, toxic people. That's not the case. But we have to be able to recognize them when they come, and we won't if we keep pushing our own characters and our own morals. Everybody wasn't raised the same. Everybody doesn't think the same, and we have to step outside of it. Okay, because that just gives leeway for a predator to come into your life and exploit you, especially if they make it seem as though they act like you and they're very much like you. You're going to eat it up. Take nothing at face value. Does it mean that it's not face value? No. It just means that you're going to at least give it more time and observation to be verified, instead of just assuming it off the riff to be accurate and true and honest. Okay? I hope that this message helps someone. I really want people to step outside of that naive box. All right? But, the thing about narcissistic abuse, it tends to take you out of that league anyway. Because by the time that narcissist is done with you, you've been through much. But I don't want you to continue to go through more with another narcissist with a different name and a face, because you still haven't learned how to step out of it. Because we fall into those cycles. Well, yeah, that one was a narcissist. This person is love bombing you now. And you're like, well, maybe this time it'll be different. And you're letting your guard down again. We have to be careful, given the benefit of the doubt, and taking everything at face value and pushing our own, what I would do. No, we have to get to know this person and think, what would they do? Not what I would have done. What would they do? What I know about this person, how they were raised, what they've done in their life to date. What would they do? Not what would I do, or what I would never do. Because everyone doesn't treat everyone the way they want to be treated. We have to let go of this. All right, guys. So I hope this message helps someone. We have to stop being gullible and naive. Consider as many angles as you can. It will save you a lot of heartache, and it actually keep you ahead of the game, because at least you've considered it. And if you want to combat it or prepare for that just in case, you can. But that's because you've allowed your mind to do that critical thinking, and you didn't let it get blindsided by whatever, oh, this person is making me feel a little good right now, so I'm going to throw all cautions to the wind. And, behind your back and even right in front of your face, they're doing all these things, and you're not catching it because your focus is on one thing, your flesh. And when I say your flesh, don't take that as just sex, just how the narcissist is making you feel good. You're not feeling lonely anymore. You know, whatever you're getting out of that situation. Okay? Let's open our eyes. Let's open our minds. And let's take our time deciding who and who we shouldn't attach to on what level. All right? And then when we do attach, we're doing it in a healthy manner that says, okay, well, this is serving me. So for now, I think it's okay to make a commitment in this relationship. It's serving me. But the moment that it becomes toxic, the moment that it's abusive, the moment that it isn't serving you anymore, you're not so attached that you can't let go of it. Okay? Nobody should be getting your all but you. But you, if you give your all to someone else, what do you have left for yourself? Okay? You can give a person a whole lot without giving them everything you have, all your life source. You need something for you. All right, guys. Until next time, take care.